Ladies and gentlemen, देखो ये आज नहीं होना चाहिए, ये आज नहीं होना चाहिए. I'll go again. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Mumbai Indian fans from all over the world. I'm still not over the drop catch, by the way. Welcome to MI Live. Finally, a little bit of momentum. And you can see my excitement. I just, James Payment, please don't hurt me. I promise this will never happen again. Guys, welcome to the show. We finally won our first game. And I can see everyone's smiles have slightly increased a little bit. Kunal, before we get to your in-depth analysis of today's team, wait, how does that last victory, how much does it mean to you?
It means a lot, क्योंकि एक जो mental block रहता है ना, कि यार जीत ही नहीं रहे हम लोग. Correct. जो which was probably about the trophy winning before 2013. वो तो एक block रहता है mental block कि नहीं कर पाते यार. जैसा maybe पाकिस्तान का होगा against India in World Cups. कि यार वो पता नहीं how to do that. So वैसा ये season में थोड़ा हो रहा था with the new team. And we won it. It feels really great, and mainly it was great to see Rohit Sharma smiling. यार वो बहुत बुरा लग रहा था इतना.
The footage what Mumbai Indians put up, just Tim David, hitting that six over there, and Daniel Sams also hitting the winning six. I think those moments we are going to capture and keep it in our hearts for a long, long time to come.
मेरे लिए तो best part क्या था पता है? मुझे नींद बड़ी अच्छी आई. मतलब 8 मैचेस से मैं इतना ऐसे थी यार, कब जीत जाओ. तो मैं इतने अच्छे से सोई हूँ ना, बता नहीं सकती.
सच बताओ, सोशल कौन गया? कौन गया सोशल, ये मेरे को बताओ. For the 16 destinations all over Maharashtra, guys, now we all have a reason to celebrate. I know you guys have been going, the fans have been going quite a bit. I did, a couple of my friends went and they said it was buzzing. We promised that we're going to go there soon, so please make sure if you're going there, look out, you'll probably see one of us. But look, there's something that we've never been associated with is being called party poopers. We are generally the party. MI is generally the one who are top of the tables today. We are playing the table toppers. But what we are doing, and I know Kunal has read a few comments already, is now teams want us to beat the people who are at the top or trying to qualify so that their team can now qualify. आप लोग भेजते रहो अपने रिक्वेस्ट, हम लोग बताते रहेंगे.
Because I saw a comment, I just showed it to him before it started, before the show started. Vinoj God on YouTube is saying, "MI please win and help RCB." मतलब पूरा season troll करने के बाद, आज they are like जीत लो यार.
But so many fans are now on Mumbai Indian side कि चलो यार कुछ तो करो, हमें आगे बढ़ाओ.
वो 3 Idiots का सीन है ना, चतुर का, अंदर से मालूम था जरूर कुछ करेगा. वो वाला सीन है अभी उनका.
का एक्टर बहुत ज्यादा अंदर से निकल रहा है.
कुणाल 2-3 दिन से ना इतना अच्छे से कैरेक्टर पकड़ रहा है ना, बहुत मजा आ रहा है देखने को. साक्षी वर्मा on YouTube says that it's a little disheartening to see our Kung Fu Pandya against us, but they might be this year's table toppers, but we are the champions for a decade.
Nice. Well said.
That's well said.
There's a comment from Ankul Thakur on Twitter. He says, he talks about Surya Kumar Yadav. He says even though he made his debut at around 30, even when he got out on a couple of low scores, was never vulnerable to any particular delivery. The sense of responsibility, the game sense, variety of shots he's got, number 4, is not only in safe hands for Mumbai Indians, but also for India.
Nice. I think he's like a Baban Irani, right? Matured late, but my God, is he just amazing to watch when he's on song.
I like how कुछ लोगों का priority is अभी भी Arjun playing or not today. That's constant spam हो रहा है. But we really want to see him, but never know.
I mean, what do you guys think? I think do or die. I mean, we have nothing to lose. Give everyone a chance. I know he's been a massive supporter of Arjun. I think all of us have. Do you think today is the day? Do you think Binaisha Samiksha today we would see Arjun Tendulkar play in that blue and gold for the first time ever?
You know what? I think that ये अभी के जितने भी मैचेस बचे हैं ना, all we have to do is just experiment so that next season के लिए हम बेहतर खेल पाए.
Correct.
So I think correct. I would love to see Arjun Tendulkar in the house, join the MI party, because there's nothing to lose from here.
Right.
You can just experiment from here, as she said. Try on some variations of him, watch him play well.
True.
And I'm continuously saying, the high tide today is going to suit him over there if he plays over there. Wind is going to be
tell me more.
By the way, high tide is at 3:26 today.
Oh, great.
No, but look, you just said come to the party.
Correct.
And there's someone else who will be partying today.
Yes.
It's the first lady of Indian fast bowling who's celebrating her birthday. So I think all of us here in the studio would from the bottom of our hearts want to say happy birthday, Sanjana. And you've been an absolute fantastic guest when you've come in a couple of times. And a soothsayer when you predicted how many wickets your husband is going to get. So we hope you have an absolutely fantastic birthday. Guys, I think she joined us twice now. Last season and this season. Last season again. She's always so much fun, man. Like I remember the moment she goes offline. It's just the most adorable, and of course you would love it because she rated you what
8 on 10.
8 on 10. Yeah.
Moreover, मैं बोला तुम लोग wish कर लो, मैंने सुबह किया, and she replied on a story with a thank you.
Sweet, yeah, sweet.
She's very humble, and I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
over 5 or 6 interactions. I remember the 2019 World Cup के trophy tour के time मिली थी मुझे.
Yeah.
One time during the Champions Trophy India Pakistan match के time. So couple of times, and every time she has been
Yeah.
so sweet and so comfortable, making everyone else comfortable while answering as well.
Correct. But there's one very unique factor about her. You know, whenever she comes up, she talks to you, she just lights up the whole
Yeah.
scene completely. There's a bubbliness in her which makes you feel like you're talking to someone, you know, just very chilled out.
Yeah.
I think you have that same bubbliness. Luckily for us in the studio. But look, I'm sure all of you all are desperate, just like I am, to see how the lovely couple celebrate their birthday. What I can promise you is there are some pictures involved. Have a look.
Make sure that the red dot is not.
Love it. Absolutely lovely.
They are like couple goals.
They are
मतलब
couple
उनके
goals,
Instagram
absolutely.
reels देखते हैं, मतलब it's so wholesome to watch and
Yeah.
always sweet. उनका एक मैंने देखा था कि you know there's like बुमराह यहाँ पर है, Sanjana is over here,
Right.
and they had a choice like hill station or beach ऐसे करके, and they were like walking and choosing the directions.
What do you prefer, bro? Are you a hill station or a beach kind of guy?
I think hill station.
Yes, I'm a beach guy for life. Come, we can just take
Yeah.
one picture like with both of us. But anyway, look. Again, as usual, I have a complaint. The girls have left us and gone to the other end of the studio, so I'm going to quickly yell out at them, say, girls, what are you up to?
Here we are.
We want to wish Sanjana.
Exactly. We were just discussing that. We want to
We
wish
were discussing like-
Sanjana. Okay. So let's do that together then.
Happy birthday, Sanjana.
That wasn't
Yeah,
together.
see that? Exactly. She started even before me.
Okay,
So let's
3, 2, 1.
Happy birthday, Sanjana!
Okay, we have few comments here. Okay,
Let's start off
Let's
with
start.
Alugu Ramanathan. He says, looking forward for Arjun to make his debut. We can check the strength of our squad before next season. I think that is such a powerful statement.
Bitan, I am Bitan 45 says, let's keep the momentum going. Heart on the best boys, #1 family.
On the other hand, Janil Ajmera says, good luck for today's match. My favorite IPL team, MI Pulton. And I'm very excited to watch this match today live at the Brawan Stadium. #1 family. #Mumbai Indians.
Nick Rohit _Stan says, welcome to the MI family, Tristan Stubbs. Heart.
Ian Bishop, he says, truly inspirational story. He hadn't eaten lunch for a year. The sacrifices of Kumar Kartikeya Singh says so much about him. I think this is something which is so inspirational when you see a newbie coming in and immediately taking wickets and always, you know, having a great debut.
You know, I completely agree with you. And first of all, while you girls were doing the social right now, the social buzz, I logged on to the live, and I think you and the background have become one. I love it. You kind of fully integrated into the background. No, but I think what KK Kumar Kartikeya, what a debut for MI, man. Just young kid coming in, that too coming in as a substitute, make do, for a lack of a better term. Took his opportunity with both hands, grabbed it, Kunal.
Made
Man,
the
that
most
is
of
what IPL is about, right?
Absolutely.
Just making yourself. We saw a certain Shane Watson do that in season 1,
Yeah.
where he was pretty much out of the Australian team. Came one
Yeah.
banging season, and then we saw like he played for over a decade after
It
that.
happened with Dinesh Karthik as well. I think
100%.
MI was the team where Dinesh Karthik had found his form back. He was in the form of his life, Tabhi.
Yeah.
Right now as well, he's again there. But
Again,
then,
he's come back,
Yeah,
yeah.
he's back
Yeah.
again. But I think that was, I think 2013 was the season. Uske baad he got a chance in the Champions Trophy as well, and we won it. So apart from that, actually about the comment, I mean, stuff that you said about Kumar Kartikeyan, there's a comment by Sid on YouTube who says, "Hi guys, you all look so lovely and chin up. I can see the script playing out beautifully. Am I going to dominate next year for having invested in promising talent like KK
Okay.
and Archer, of course? So there's that."
Amazing. And I
Nicely
think
said.
that's what we do. Right? And again, I never get tired of saying that. We invest, right? We don't buy the big names. Very, very rarely have we bought somebody who's top of the game already. And I think MI prides itself in grooming young talent, right? And this is why our entire middle order, pretty much
Correct.
all of them, Vinaisha, I'm sure you'll agree and have the exact numbers,
Yeah.
are below 20.
Absolutely.
kids
true. Absolutely
who are
true.
proving themselves. Tilak Verma is our highest run scorer this season, 307 runs.
Absolutely. And he has a
19.
magnificent strike rate of, 130 plus, and he's so good at what he does, and that we are at an advantage, I believe,
Yeah.
at this point of time, because we started the transformational process.
True.
And we are right in there. We have the kids who are performing well, trying their best. So I think Tilak Verma has been a great find for the Mumbai Indians, and I really, really hope that, he comes across the ladder slowly, steadily. So that is going to be really nice. We see Tilak Verma, 9 matches, 307 runs at a strike rate of 137.05.
yeah.
What a little
And
find
he's
he
become
is.
a pillar right now. मतलब अभी तिलक को देखे, it's not like कि ठीक है थोड़े runs add कर. It's like तिलक तू खेल.
Yeah,
तू
you
खेल and you
are
have the
our
chances.
star.
हाँ.
Yeah, yeah.
100%.
That is what it has
जैसे
become.
मुझे अभी ऐसे लग रहा है that Sky is like
Yeah, senior player.
Yeah.
senior player.
Yeah.
तो उस हिसाब से
हाँ.
Tilak is going to be the one आगे
Yeah.
जाके
हाँ.
he
Correct.
can be
You
that
see him
player.
as a future
Yeah, yeah.
leader,
Yeah.
as
I see him as a future.
He's just 19, come
yeah,
on.
yeah.
19 में मैं क्या कर रही थी मुझे भी याद नहीं था.
But I think I see him as a future prospect, not only for the Mumbai Indians at this point of time, but also playing for India at some point of time. Because I think he has everything going for him. He just
100%.
needs to keep his head on his shoulder, just play his natural
Now
game
get those
and
runouts
enjoy.
again. But look, I love what you said, because just looking at his technique,
Correct.
and I remember having the conversation with you just before the game started, that unlike Hardik Pandya, who was a power hitter, like raw power, I think Tilak Verma has very good technique, which means
Yeah.
I would love to see him play in the white jersey as well for India in
yeah.
Test matches. Again,
Correct.
I'm running way ahead of myself because
correct.
look, he's just about,
Yeah.
he's played what 8 odd IPL games for,
Yeah.
for Mumbai Indians. But fantastic future prospect. You've seen he's a humble kid,
Yeah.
very family oriented.
Yeah.
When we interviewed him,
Yeah.
spoke about living in his coach's house.
Yes.
Dad, his entire struggle with money, and love to see the fact that he's come from there, beaten all adversities, and I'm mumbling too much, guys. I'm sorry. I'm just a huge Tilak Verma
But
fan.
seriously, there's a funny side to him also. He's an entertainer. Whenever we see him on MITV,
Yes.
he's, putting those Colgate toothpaste and putting that on Oreo. And वो लोग खा भी गए कि मुझे कुछ अलग लग रहा है.
टिम डेविड ने लिटरली बोला अच्छा था.
अच्छा था, जो भी था, जो भी अच्छा है, जो भी है, अच्छा है.
But there is one thing, whenever they show Tilak, I always look for Brevis, and whenever they show Brevis, I always look for Tilak.
Amar Prem.
Yeah.
Amar Prem.
Karan
Shankar
Arjun.
Chodi, brother, sorry.
Yeah, but look, it's closer and closer to action. But before that, we're going to get some fans on in my favorite segment. This is Khasakai Paltan. All right, what's up, guys? How's it going? Welcome everyone. Anuj, Atman, Niyati. Atman, I believe you are a Titans fan, right?
Yes, I'm
Okay.
right.
All right. Can I ask you, look, first of all, 2 new teams this season. Who did you support before? Because I'm sure you've watched the IPL before that. What was your team before you started supporting Hardik Pandya and the Gujarat Titans?
I was basically a Hardik Pandya fan, so I was supporting Mumbai before that. But I was a RCB fan also, but I was not particular to one team. I was a cricket fan. I was always following cricket from this IPL.
So I think we can call you Aaron
Not
Finch.
partic-
We just call you Aaron Finch. You just all teams Sarvajanik. Love it.
Yeah.
Anuj, what has been like? कब से are you supporting MI? Like right from the season 1?
Yeah, absolutely. Right from season 1, I guess, from the likes of Pollock, 𝑳𝑰𝑽𝑬,
Wow.
and all those icons in our team. So it has been quite a journey, you can say. It is absolutely amazing.
Also, Anuj, मैं और चीनू से बात कर रहे थे about our favorite captain in MI after Rohit Sharma. So we both agreed on Sean Pollock. Do you have some other answer?
I feel that Harbhajan Singh
Oh,
was
yeah.
really a good captain because I remember in 2011 Champions League,
Yes.
we had almost all of our players injured, and the way he led the team and we ended up winning. We ended up defending, I guess, around 139 against a very strong RCB team.
Yes.
RCBS.
Yeah, so it was quite the character shown by the team. Yeah.
Agree with that.
You know, I want to say, buddy, your MI season is literally like your room right now. Anuj, half side is completely dark, but the light has just started on the other side. I love it. I love the message.
Niyati, Rohit Sharma, our dear captain, has had a favourable matchup versus Lockie Ferguson. He has a great strike rate of around, I think, 230 across all T20s when he plays him as a matchup. What do you have to say? That is Rohit Sharma going to find form today against the Gujarat Titans?
I really hope so. Like we are missing the vintage Rohit Sharma, what we know, the hitman. Like right, so it's been couple of innings he isn't able to give that start he's known for. He's getting those couple of runs like this quick starts, but isn't able to make it big. So I hope today is the day to make it all happen.
I hope so too.
I think with that lovely smile, it has to happen. But quick update for you guys: the Gujarat Titans have won the toss, and they will be bowling if Hardik Pandya bowls or not. Who knows? My guess is not. Even if he does, I think what's happened very nicely for us now is, and I said that party poopers, right? So a lot of teams are messaging us कि हम लोग control करते हैं. कि आज please जिता दो कि हम लोग की team की chance और भी बढ़ जाए qualify करने के लिए. But look, RCB fans will be watching this game with keen eye today, right?
Yeah. क्योंकि RCB के next matches are very difficult. They are up against Gujarat Titans, तो वो लोग ये भी देखेंगे कि MI हरा रही है तो कैसे हरा रही है उन्हें.
Correct.
क्या weaknesses है क्या नहीं है.
Strategy point of view.
Yeah, so it's going to be really exciting, and it's good to have usually पूरा मतलब 8 में से 7 teams are against MI. Like this season, that has been the history. Right now, all are supporting MI against another team. That feels really great.
100%. And look, Daniel Sams, man, I remember, and I was quick to jump and criticize because he was really expensive initially. But man, I love when an MI player just proves everyone wrong by performing. I think he went back, he was dropped for a few games, did his due diligence, come back stronger, and now he is MI's, if I'm not mistaken, MI's leading wicket taker this season. So big ups to you, Daniel Sams, and just inspiration for everyone.
That also shows कि MI कितना trust करती है अपने players को. मतलब they didn't say कि एक match में इतना runs दिया तो let's not have him, let's have someone else. फिर बहुत सारे teams we kind of notice कि fan के pulse के हिसाब से they switch a team.
But Kunal, one aspect I really love about MI, I think all of y'all will agree that MI doesn't discard its players.
Yeah.
If they back them strongly right till the end, whether they are performing or whether they're not performing.
Yeah.
So that is something which I really love.
Yeah, and absolutely. And look, this is not a fluke. He's gone and done his due diligence, put in the effort in the nets. And if you want to have a little look at what he's been up to, check it out.
It was a good session. It was hot when we got here this afternoon, and obviously the lights are on now. Get what we need to do for the next game, nail some of the extra skills that some of the boys wanted to work on with the ball early on, and the guys are in doing some kind of range hitting and smashing sixes, so it's been good. It's always a difficult one, batting in positions that obviously Polly's done an amazing job for Mumbai. Batting in those positions is one of those ones where, say you get 10 opportunities, you'll face 10 to 20 balls max. You're not going to nail it every single time, so it's just making sure that even though you're not going to be facing heaps and heaps of balls in a game, you're still getting your reps in at training. So when it comes to that game situation, you need 6 off 1 or whatever the situation is, you're able to go from ball 1. The guys have trained awesome. All the preparation, all the training has been great. So we're hoping to get on a little bit of roll and finish off this tournament, and hopefully we can bring that into next season with what that looks like.
Always lovely to see. We've got one change in the MI team today. Unfortunately, Hrithik Shokeen will miss out, and Murugan Ashwin will come in for him. And I almost said, I think, Hrithik Roshan. Not to mistake, this is the AP Dhillon fan. but look, man, one person missing out, another gets an opportunity. Murugan Ashwin had a promising-ish start. I'm guessing Mahila and the team have seen something that we clearly haven't in the net. So good luck to him, I guess.
Yeah, wishing him all the luck, but I really feel bad for Hrithik because उसने कुछ बुरा नहीं किया था for him to be dropped. मतलब उस point of view से देखे तो.
I don't. I won't call it drop, but I think it's just permutation, combinations for next season, which means I think we will unfortunately or fortunately see a lot of shuffling this season.
Yeah, because almost 7-6 matches are left, and this is what we need to do this
5
year. So that
correct.
exactly. And as you said that Last time Daniel Sams was there for 2 matches, then he had a break,
Correct.
and then he was
Yeah.
back.
But
And
you know
never
exactly.
know.
But Emma is someone who believes in sticking to their winning combinations. They don't like too much of chop and change. So at that point of time, you know, to have a change somewhere, they are looking for that perfect combination to fit somewhere in the middle, where possibly we can get in that extra bit of, you know, pacers in between, or we could, you know, hold back.
Arjun
batsmen.
Tendulkar. Always.
I so wish.
The other day I saw Emma ने post किया था video about Sanjay Yadav, 6 मार रहे थे. I was like, this is it.
आने दे.
आ रहा है, आ रहा है.
आने दो संजय यादव को.
नहीं,
Not
but I
yet.
think ये होगा. एक सीजन था, I don't remember which year, I think 16, 17, 18, जब हम लोग ने I think 13 या 14 opening partnership के combination strike किए थे.
Correct.
But again, I think this is that season यार कि
Yeah.
अभी देख लो, we're anyways not going to qualify.
Yeah.
Might as well build from the
Correct,
bottom.
absolutely.
और अगले साल फाड़ देंगे.
And I think Mumbai is also in that top list where we've tried around possibly 19 of our 24 players somewhere down the line. So we are also experimenting to find out what exactly fits in where.
Yeah, absolutely.
In fact, there's a like comment by Parth Patel जो बोला yesterday 23 sixes were hit by DC and SRH. I think MI alone will hit 26 sixes against GT.
Parth Patel. He sounds. I love it.
मुझे वो accent दे देना गुजराती वाला please.
कौन सा?
ये वाला same comment read करके please.
I love how he pointed at me.
Gujarati.
because I'll bring out my Gujarati accent.
You know, accent. Yeah, Gujarati accent में बोलो
Maru
नहीं.
Saras Gujarati. No, but look, I know my wife is watching this at home and she's Gujarati. She's probably giggling. But I love it when 2 new teams come in, and there must have been a lot of people from Gujarat who must be supporting other teams. And we heard our fan right now saying I used to support Hardik Pandya, who was in Mumbai Indians. But he also supported like 4 other teams that he mentioned. But it's great to see that loyalties are changing because new teams are coming in.
Yeah.
And who knows, maybe few seasons from now we have newer teams.
Correct.
Guys,
Goregaon might have their own team.
no, but look, I want you guys to tell me if you had to have 2 new additions in the Tata IPL, whichever city you're from, I want to hear which city. Because I think my bets are Goa. I would love to see a Goan team come in. But look, I would love to read the comments and see what you guys have to say that. And speaking of opinions, at the end of the show, we give a special someone a chance to come here and win a bunch of stuff. And all you have to do is one simple thing, guys. It's just one hashtag you have to use is MI Slice Moment. What is your MI Slice Moment of the day? Give us the hashtag, give us your moment, and you'll see at the end of the show we have someone special who will be featured. But if you had to pick a slice moment for today, I'm going to call it and say Ishan Kishan 50.
I really want an opening stand that but the power play में पूरा टिक रहे and they're scoring about 50 or 60. It's really high time क्योंकि ये दोनों पे बहुत relied है हम लोग. And अगर ये दोनों जल्दी आउट हो जाते हैं तो पूरे ऑर्डर पे प्रेशर आ रहा है.
और दिन बैठ जाते हैं.
हाँ, तो I would prefer Ishan to play fearless. I think recently एक interview नहीं, I think press conference से बोला था महिला ने कि play fearless cricket. That is what we want you to do. And अगर Ishan fearless खेलेगा, you know what he did against SRH last season के last match में when we needed some 230 total and bundle them at 70, but we actually made it look possible.
We did.
क्योंकि ईशान और रोहित ने काफी अच्छा स्टार्ट किया.
True.
We need that today.
Okay, I have a comment here on Instagram. Anji Nayak Nena what?
Oh
क्या
my
ही?
God.
Did you just sing a song in the middle of a name?
मुझे वो meme
Okay,
है.
Guys, okay.
Yeah, sure, go.
Today 2 points are going to add for MI with lots of blue hearts. मतलब इतने blue hearts बोल दिए थे ना कि ये पूरा section भर गया था.
Let's
Love
see.
for
तो इसलिए वो नेनावत करते वो ऊपर चला गया.
Also, Chidi, you spoke about loyalty. ना मुझे एक चीज काफी अच्छी लगी. There are many fans who are from Gujarat. They're just an example.
Yes,
जो
who are
अभी भी
still
MI को
supporting
support करे.
MI.
And
Yeah.
and they openly tell me कि क्या
Chocus.
मतलब हम लोग की आके टीम है. मैं तो मतलब I'm supporting MI for 15 years. क्या मतलब अभी change करूँ?
चलो,
That is
our
also
day,
beautiful.
Our
Yeah.
day.
Our day.
It's a tough switch, right? Binaisha, say if you come from a certain city and you support another team your entire life because your city doesn't have a team, suddenly they have a team. You know, it's like in football, we've grown up never seeing India playing a football World Cup.
Correct.
Yeah.
But the day India makes it to the FIFA World Cup, I'm going to forget about England completely. I'm like, it's gone. So again, I would love to hear your thoughts on a lot of you guys, especially from Gujarat. आप मेरे को ये बताओ कि what do you think about a new team coming from Gujarat, and do you still support MI or whichever team you support? But look, I'm going to come back and talk about Tilak Verma because I cannot get over the guy. And he was our second interview of the season, right, this time?
Probably,
First or second. And such a humble guy. I remember, man, he came on and he was so
Nervous
eager
at
to
the start,
talk,
yeah.
nervous, but through that interview,
Yeah.
towards the end, our producer will be like, guys, you can stop now. Like, no, we won't talk to him more. He was so willing to share stories, and you can see the hunger in his voice, right? I think he's talking about Avesh Khan, and he's really waiting to smash Avesh Khan.
And ऊपर से I liked how initially he was quite nervous while speaking, but the moment he opened up and started talking a lot, उसके बाद he stopped us कि एक और point बता रहा है. Like, yeah, and that was really beautiful to see. It really feels good कि एक player इतना eager है to share his story. And the kind of stuff he mentioned, ना मतलब so we have done a lot of player interviews this season में, me and Chino, but then I think Tilak wala was really special for us because the way he spoke, it showed, I don't know, एक अलग ही ये था उसमें कि मुझे, I just give me an opportunity, I'll prove it, and he did that.
Correct.
That was really beautiful.
Correct. And he gels in so well into this MI setup, like as if he always belonged to MI, you know. He gets in, he just takes his time in, he'll play those shots, then he'll go for the anchor's role, then if need be, he'll try and go for the finisher's role. So he's like everywhere at this moment. Whatever fits in at that point of time, he's ready to take on that responsibility. So that is something very, very nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we did have the pleasure of catching up with the big man himself, not in stature, but sorry, not in size, but definitely in stature, and have a look.
मेरा ड्रीम था कि ऑलवेज मैं बोलता था ना, रोहित भाई को बहुत पसंद करता था. वो रोहित भाई से और कैप मिलने में मेरे को इतना मतलब बहुत खुशी हुआ है और बहुत कॉन्फिडेंस भी है, क्योंकि हमेशा बोलते रहते कि जैसे बताते थे कि कुछ भी प्रेशर नहीं लेना है कौन सा भी सिचुएशन में, बस तू जितना एंजॉय करता है उतना एंजॉय करके खेल, क्योंकि तू अब जैसा तेरा एज छोटा है तो तू एंजॉय करना है इस टाइम पे. अगर तुझे एक दिन अगर ये निकल गया ना, फिर से वापस नहीं आता है, तो तू जितना एंजॉय करते खेलता है, जैसे पॉजिटिवनेस आते रहते हैं तुझे तेरे पास, तो तू आज अगर दुख में रहेगा तो प्रेशर लेगा, तुझे अगर कुछ अच्छा नहीं हुआ तेरे को फिर से वापस जाने में दिन नहीं आएगा. तो जितना अच्छा एंजॉय करते रहेगा, बैड डेज आएंगे और गुड डेज भी आएंगे, तो एंजॉय करते खेल और अच्छा सक्सेस मिलता है. तो हमेशा मेरे को हर चीज़ में बैक करता है, जैसे फील्डिंग में, बॉलिंग में, बैटिंग में, हर चीज़ में मुझे रोहित भाई बैक करते रहते हैं अभी भी और सामने भी. अभी कैसा है, मुंबई इंडियंस को थोड़ा डाउनफॉल चल रहा है अभी इस टाइम पे, मतलब डाउन थोड़ा अच्छा मैचेस मतलब खेल रहे हैं, अच्छा एक आधा थोड़ा गलती होने से मैच जा रहा है. तो अभी भी बोल रहे कि तो बहुत अच्छा कर रहे हैं, कुछ नहीं करने के मतलब होता है, अपन कमबैक करते हैं तो बहुत अच्छा काम कर रहे हैं और एंजॉय करते रहे. तो हमेशा यही बोलते हैं कि मुझे बहुत अच्छा लगता है कभी भी ये चीज़ बोलते. जैसा है कि मैं फील्ड में बोल के नहीं, ऑफ द फील्ड पे हम दोनों बहुत क्लोज है, कि क्योंकि साथ वाले अगर एज रहे तो हमेशा जल्दी हो जाते हैं, तो वैसा जल हम लोग आते कि बहुत जल हो गए. तो हर एक चीज़ में वो मेरा रूम में रहना, हर किधर भी गए तो साथ में रहते थे दोनों. तो हमारा एक चीज़ है कि मतलब दोनों इतना क्लोज है कि हर एक चीज़ दोनों का पता है कि क्या है सिचुएशन, मतलब ऑफ द फील्ड पे और ऑन द फील्ड भी. तो वो चीज़ हम लोग मैच में जाते कि इतना ईजी हो गया कि कुछ प्रेशर नहीं, अंडरस्टैंडिंग दोनों का बीच में, जब भी अगर कुछ गलत कर रहे हैं तो जाके बात करने में वो अंडरस्टैंडिंग जो होता है ना, तो बहुत ईजी हो जाता है मैच.
I think the first half of that interview sounded like a Hindi version of 8 Mile. You only get one shot, did not miss a chance. I love it. And the fact that Rohit Sharma backs his team so much. Anuj, do you think that is now ingrained in the DNA of MI, that we just back players and we don't wait for them to fail, we just keep pushing them till they become superstars?
Absolutely. You know, there have been a number of superstars that Mumbai has produced, you know, right from Bumrah, Hardik, even Krunal played for India, Rahul Chahar. So it's very important to back such players. This bad season happens, you know. Yes, we haven't faced that, but probably most of the other teams, except the new teams, have faced such seasons. So, you know, law of averages, you can say, it works that way. But it is very important to back the player. I even like the replacement for Mills, you know, the Stubbs. He is actually a very, very dangerous player of whatever I have seen of him. So,
South African wicketkeeper, middle order batsman who can smash it all over the park. But I love the fact, mate, you're a good fan. You've got your eye on the prize. You know what's coming, what's going out. Atman, I'm going to come to you, buddy. Like you said, you switched your loyalties, obviously, to your new team now. Hardik Pandya, massive, of course, all MI fans miss him and what he's provided for the Mumbai Indians. Do you think he is the leader you guys need right now, or do you think you need someone more Rohit Sharma-esque who can kind of groom players rather than being overly aggressive at times?
What I think is that Hardik Pandya is taking the responsibility. That is the main thing.
Right.
Like he's coming up the order and bowling or second over with the new ball, and he's expressing himself. that is the most important thing for Gujarat and as a captain also if any player is there. And Gujarat fan से ज़्यादा मैं
Okay, I
and
think
his batting. That is the most important thing for as an Indian cricket team.
Yeah, fair enough. I think we lost you there for a second, but I think to kind of summarize what you said, it is important for the Indian team as well to have a fit and firing Hardik Pandya. We've in fact seen him push himself to number 3,
Right.
Yeah,
which I think some would think is ridiculous, but he backed himself, and I love that about a young, angry, angry might not be the right word, but a driven cricketer, right?
एंड ऊपर से मुझे अच्छा लगता है कि हार्दिक टीम के हिसाब से एडजस्ट हो रहा था. दैट एक्चुअली इज अ वेरी कैप्टेंसी वाला नेचर. मतलब टीम जैसा जरूरत है वहां पर मैं फिट हो जाऊंगा. दैट इज रियली ब्यूटीफुल टू सी. Yeah, you say something. I saw Binay Shadu. हो गया मैं बोलूं. Go for it.
मैंने कुछ नहीं बोला. But what is that has struck the most for you all? Hardik Pandya, the captain, Hardik Pandya, the bowler, in what he's bowled so far, or Hardik Pandya, who's come good as a batsman at number 3?
I think as a captain, because I think he must have. I'm sure you have a different answer, but I'll tell you what. For someone to get released by one of the biggest, if actually the biggest franchise on planet Earth in terms of cricket, and just follows on YouTube and stuff, guys. First of all, thank you so much for putting us where we are. And look, he also said that he is extremely grateful to MI, and of course he should be, because I think he's a fantastic player, but he was groomed by the best franchise in the world, and he's done his due diligence. But I think for me, it's the maturity and the leadership qualities that he's showing now at a young age. I mean, he's not captaincy age yet, right?
Yeah. ऊपर से मुझे एक चीज अच्छी लगी हार्दिक की, the way he post match में उसने openly बोला कि luck is favoring us a lot, and I hope we don't run out of it. So it's not that मतलब वो हवे भी नहीं गया कि हम लोग top of the table है, नई टीम है वगैरह. So उसको वो दिमाग में है. That's a very good thing.
Correct. That just shows, where he is and how stable he is at that point of time to talk something so big, You need kind of guts to talk out there so much in the fact that you talk about leadership qualities, you talk about will I run out of luck? See the way the man is thinking.
Yeah,
true. And I think
बहुत सारे matches भी देखे जिसमें ना he has lost his temper, and then Tewatia was there. उन्होंने he backed up. Then I think that maybe captaincy जो है वो उन पे ज्यादा प्रेशराइज हो रही है, but he's tackling it well. Right?
But look, I tell you what, and I think just being a good leader comes from great mentoring.
Right.
And luckily, the MI camp has some fantastic mentors, all the way up from Sachin Tendulkar to our director of cricketing operations, Zahir Khan, and this is what he's been up to with the boys before the game.
You learn through conversations, but conversations and the experiences is something which if you can share, then that process becomes faster. It's important to get to know each other. Each individual has its own story, So I always try and find out, where they've come from, what kind of approach they have towards the game. So generally the talk is around, just the technical side, the mental aspect of the game. Sometimes, in different phases in your career, you think differently. And I think once you get to know each other, anyone should be feeling comfortable and coming up to me and having any conversation. If I can be of any help, it's just very satisfying.
Absolute leader, and what a gentleman. I think, look, I was just reading some of the comments right now. A lot of people were saying, I think it's the right time to drop Pollard. And I think what Zahir Khan said right now will prove everyone wrong. He said you need to back them, you need to back their abilities and let them gel together as a team. And don't be quick to point fingers at someone. And look, again, Pollard is a legend of the game. So I did read a few of you guys saying drop him. Look, it's going to take one game and the man will be back. Because again, like I said, class is forever. Let's get the fans back on and see what they have to say about it. Now, again, Atman, new team for you guys. How important is it to have, of course, a good team, but just a mentor who can guide the team? Because look, a lot of 2 new teams, which means a lot of new influx of players, young players who need to be groomed, can handle the pressure. How important to you is mentorship in a team?
It's very important. Like we have Ashish Nehra. He's a very joyful person.
Yeah.
He maintains the like वो आराम से सबको joyful रखते हैं, वो अपना entertainment करते हैं, वो ऐसा दिखाते नहीं कि मैं कोच हूँ या आप प्लेयर हो, like वो equal level पे रखते हैं. Same goes with Hardik also. वो भी हंसी मजाक करते रहते. तो ड्रेसिंग रूम का एनवायरनमेंट वो हमेशा एंटरटेनमेंट रहता है, तो उससे प्लेयर्स भी अपने आप को अच्छे से एक्सप्रेस कर पाते हैं, तो वो और उससे वो कॉन्फिडेंस भी आता है प्लेयर्स में, तो उससे अच्छा परफॉर्मेंस हो रहा है वो देख सकते हैं.
And it's good to see, मतलब there were a lot of jokes about कि सारे टीम्स जैसे ना कंप्यूटर लैपटॉप लेकर नेहरा जी मस्त एक पेपर पे चिट्ठी पे लिखा हुआ
old school,
but he's topping the table with that. कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है नेहरा जी, especially to the GT fans. Anuj, you tell me, मतलब you look like a fan who has been to a lot of stadiums, तो ऐसा कोई स्पेशल सा मेमोरी है which you would love to share?
Absolutely, and एक मेरा जो मेमोरी है वो शायद हर मुंबई फैन का मेमोरी रहेगा. Even a bigger win than the 5 titles or the 7 titles, as Rohit Sharma said. Don't forget the CLT20s. So the biggest win I could say it was against the Rajasthan Royals, where we chased 192 in around 14.3 or 4 balls, जिससे हम qualify कर गए playoffs में. तो I still remember that day. I even booked the tickets when Rajasthan lost their second last match.
Okay.
So मतलब उसके बाद ही मैंने tickets book किया कि हाँ चलो ठीक है, dead rubber नहीं है, outside chance है but chance है.
Yeah.
So I went to the stadium. फिर first 20 overs तो राजस्थान ने पूरा dominate किया, like 192, संजू सैमसन इधर मार रहा है उधर मार रहा है. Just one moment of brilliance from Pollard was there in the field. बाकी तो पूरा मतलब राजस्थान ने dominate किया. So there were a couple of Rajasthan fans behind us. So we are sitting in the Garware stand. So they were cheering all the way. When Mumbai's innings started, we actually started pretty well. But क्या हुआ था कि
Evan Lewis opened, no?
Corey Anderson.
Yeah. The bad thing
Evan Lewis
about
opened in Korea.
Yeah.
No, go on. Sorry, go on.
The good thing was that we had stacked up our batting. So even though we lost early wickets, we lost Pollard. So मेरा जो cousin था वो बोला like चलो निकलते हैं. 6 over 60 है. Start अच्छा है पर आगे के 8 ओवर में 130 करना जो impossible है. तो मैंने बोला कि कोरी एंडरसन है तो तब तक रुकते हैं, देखते क्या होते हैं. Then he and Raidu, Raidu has been such an unsung hero of Mumbai. They just went for it,
Yeah.
Just those flat sixes, and then Raidu just, it was unbelievable. And वो time पे उतना sync नहीं हो रहा था कि मतलब ये क्या चल रहा है. It was as if you were watching a movie,
Yeah.
Almost मतलब एक अलग टाइप का था. I also remember 8 from 2 चाहिए था. फिर उसने फाइन लेग के ऊपर से 6 मारा.
Right.
तो 2 from 1 हो गया. तो everyone was like अभी तो जीतना है, मतलब अभी तो क्वालिफाई करना है. तो मुझे याद है
Run out.
I think Anuj, the next time, guys, whoever needs to watch a replay of the game, don't watch it. Just listen to Anuj Kalungi. He's broken down that entire game for us until the T-shirt opening. And I remember, man, Anuj, I'm glad you mentioned that because you can tell how much it meant to Ambati Raidu because when he got out, he had even tears.
Yeah, he was
right,
crying,
so
and
that
he-
is.
all of us in the stadium thought that that's over.
You know who else was crying? Anuj, that day, one of my best friends who came to the match with me at Wankhede and he left. And if he's watching right now, he knows I'm not going to take his name because he's probably crying right now. He missed it. I stayed back and look, fortune favors the brave and we stayed back and saw arguably one of the biggest, best cricketing games. Very rarely do you get to see Rahul Dravid getting angry. Man, that was Vinay. You remember what I'm talking about, right? He threw his cap in anger. Instantly realized that I'm a gentleman.
Yeah.
This is not what gentlemen do, and he picked it up.
But that's what IPL is all about, emotions come up and it just comes up in just a jiffy that it just gives you those kind of vibes there.
Yeah. Totally.
I have a comment here. Harshal Patle says that we are expecting a 100-run partnership in the beginning.
Wow.
तो मतलब मुझे तो मतलब डर लग रहा है कि यार स्टार्टिंग के अगर अच्छे चले गए ना तो मतलब नीचे टेंशन नहीं है मुझे कुछ भी.
Let's have a look at the batting order and see कि कितने batsmen आज because if Murugan Ashwin.
What are your game changes today, man? Because again, batting, do you think that is a big problem that the MI squad have? But look, I tell you what, Surya Kumar Yadav. Back in form. Look, this is how we stack up. Man, it's so different from last season. But look, Tim David is for me going to be the game changer when it comes to the 17th, 18th over.
Right.
You pick your bowlers and
I agree.
the guy has some raw power.
Completely,
and some great talent.
And उसे पोलार्ड के पाद में डाला है. That means they're trusting him as a finisher, rather posing him as a finisher.
Right.
And पोलार्ड को थोड़ा सा sensible knock के लिए रखा हुआ है कि अगर कुछ विकेट के तो
And
संभालना
he proved that, last match that, come what may, I'm there as a role of a finisher. I'm there to stay and there to take the team home, no matter what. So I think I'm very, very pleased with his performance. And it was so nice to, when he spoke about his innings after the match also. And he got a little badge from Mahila. So that was really nice to see.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And you know, I love that about MI that we've been doing for a few seasons now.
Yeah.
Is we give our own man of the matches.
Yeah.
Where Mrs. Ambani, in fact, comes on the call a lot of times.
Yes.
And it's just so good to see that from the top ranks to the bottom, everyone, including the fans, just feel like one massive unit. We see Sachin Tendulkar distribute a few prizes here and there.
In fact, they made them, I think last match ke winning ke baad, they made them cheer that they shout Mumbai and the entire team shouts Indians. और वो पता नहीं था उन players को. And they actually taught them live and वो काफी interesting moment था वो.
But look, Rohit Sharma, man, love the man to death. I would go to battle for him. And I'm really hoping, and he seems like someone, not that I know him personally, but he seems like someone who plays on confidence.
Yeah.
And I look at him, that's Ishan Kishan. Yeah, that is Ishan Kishan. Let's hope he smashes this one.
connection.
Boom!
Yeah.
Wow, there we go.
He
There we go,
connects well.
Ishan. Get some, boy! Yeah, there we go. But look, again, this is what happens. I'm just getting too excited ahead of myself. But look, these two need to fire, and I'm hoping in sync.
Yeah.
And steady head, good follow through. Oh, what is
I
that
think we
shot?
need to get
Wow,
that
fantastic.
slight bit of momentum going also, you know, if we get that quick 50, 60 up. So I think that will add to the
straight on the
MI's
GoPro.
momentum.
Almost. You think this is the thing inside the cam that they say, let's hit the GoPro. We've got a bunch of them or whatever cameras they're using.
Yeah.
But look, I think it's lovely what they're trying to do here. I think is just play in sync because they are going to be starting the innings together.
Yeah.
Right.
And yeah, let's.
And I really want Rohit Sharma to stay post the power play.
Correct.
Dude, this man does not hit a single shot on both feet. I love his balance. You know how difficult it is, guys? Look at that. He keeps changing his. Look at that. He keeps changing the weight from the front leg to the back leg. And let me tell you guys who are not watching, it is 100% an art because you generally, if you're a front foot heavy player, you are always lean to your front. If you're a back foot heavy player, lean to your back. This guy keeps changing. Okay, that's a wide ball. I believe he'll get one more ball at least to play.
No.
Boom! Oh, yeah.
You.
Come on, yeah. These nets need to be higher. They need to be at least 20, 30 feet higher because there's no point. With that power, oh, that's high. I don't know if
I think that's the wicket ball.
that's the way. No, not today.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. You know, बोलते हैं ना net practice में कि सब गंदे shots इधर निकाल दो. Game day पे तोड़ने का है. Look at that, effortless, man. And this is the thing with Rohit Sharma. He can have a few off games. But then he does something like that, and it just.
But
makes
they need
you
to
smile.
find that balance, you know. If one cricketer is going aggressive, the second one needs to play second fiddle and rotate the strike most
Who would that
importantly.
be for you? Because both of them are.
Ishan was like, भैया एक last ball. वो बाहर से नीचे में comments पढ़ रही थी. Like, भैया एक last ball है. Like, हाँ संजय.
और देखा उसके बाद white ball डाला. हम लोग करते ना कि ये चलो white ball निकालो. No, but good. Oh. Look at the time, guys. It's almost time for live
I have one slice moment, very, it's very beautiful. In fact, the girl is showing her creativity, Merlin Thomas. She designed a kulhad for MI Paltan, MI slice moment, and I'm going to show you exactly. I don't know how much can you see this, you know.
Wow.
It's so beautifully done. Look at this. It's so beautifully done. She's written Rohit, and the second one on the side shows MI Duniya Hila Denge. I don't know how far you can see this, but it's so beautifully done. The art of creativity is just too high amongst MI fans.
Absolutely. But before I let you guys go, quick predictions. Vinasha, starting with you. First innings total. MI, how much are we making?
180.
Ooh, that was straight right off the bat. Samiksh. Making it shorter. Sorry, 196.
Yeah, 196.
182.
182?
Yeah.
I'm going a 1-son. All right, but guys, we have to support as usual. We'll be here with the mid show. See you soon. Bye bye.